What if the fortress of your dreams is crumbling before you even raise the first wall? Picture yourself standing on a barren field. Blueprints of greatness in hand, yet your body trembles, too weak to lift a single brick. You've got vision, ambition, fire, but without the strength to build your plans are just dust in the wind. How long will you let a frail foundation sabotage your future? This is the weight of weakness, the silent thief that steals your potential before you even begin to fight for it. In this journey of eat like someone with a goal, you can't win with a weak body. We start by facing a harsh truth. Neglecting what fuels you is not just a choice, it's a surrender. Your body is the fortress you must construct brick by brick, and every meal, every bite is a stone in that wall. Ignore this and you'll feel the toll, a dragging fatigue, a mind clouded by hunger, a spirit crushed by a frame that cannot carry your dreams. But recognize this truth and you wield the power to rebuild. Let's walk this path together, confront the consequences of a weak body, and forge the strength to rise. You are not just surviving, you are building an empire. Are you ready to lay the first brick? Picture yourself as a visionary, a soul burning with purpose. You're up before dawn, sketching plans for a business that could change lives or drafting a novel that could shift hearts. Your mind races with ideas, but by midday, your body betrays you. A fog settles over your thoughts. Your hands shake as you type, not from passion, but from a hunger you've ignored. You've skipped breakfast again, grabbed a sugary snack for a fleeting rush, and now you're crashing hard. Deadlines loom, but you can't focus. Meetings pass in a blur, and your confidence erodes as you stumble over words. You're driven, yes, but you're drained. Your ambition is a roaring engine, but you've given it no fuel. Days turn to weeks, and the dream that once lit your soul feels heavier with every missed meal, every poor choice. This isn't just a bad day, it's a pattern. You've built a habit of neglect, telling yourself there's no time to eat right, no energy to prepare. But here's the sting: every time you choose convenience over care, you're chipping away at your own foundation. That fortress of success you envision, it's crumbling before it's even begun. The lesson hits like a hammer on stone. Your body is the bedrock of your ambition. Without nourishing it, you're not building, you're breaking. As Napoleon Hill once said, strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. That effort starts with what you put on your plate. Lay this brick of truth, fuel yourself with intention, or your dreams will starve before they stand. Now imagine yourself as an athlete months deep into training for the race of a lifetime. You've pushed your limits, logging miles under scorching sun and biting cold. Your muscles ache with the memory of every sprint, every lift. The competition day dawns and you feel the weight of expectation, your own, your team's, your family's. You step to the starting line, heart pounding, but something's off. Your legs feel like lead. Your breath comes shallow. Halfway through, your endurance collapses. You cross the finish line, but not as a victor. You've lost, and the sting isn't just in the defeat, it's in knowing you could have won. Later, replaying every choice, you see the culprit: an inconsistent diet. Late night junk food binges, skipped recovery meals, hydration ignored. You trained your body to run, but you didn't feed it to endure. This defeat isn't just a loss on the field, it's a mirror to a deeper flaw. You built speed and skill, but not the fortress of strength that sustains them. A weak body cannot carry a warrior spirit, no matter how fierce. The lesson here echoes through the ages: every brick matters. Every meal is a stone in the wall of your resilience. Ignore it, and the whole structure falls. As Jim Rohn wisely noted, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Rebuild from this failure. Choose to eat like someone with a goal, and watch how your body transforms into an unbreakable bastion. Let's pause and look within. How often have you blamed external forces for your stumbles? Time, luck, circumstance, while ignoring the silent saboteur within? A weak body isn't just a physical burden. It's a chain on your spirit, a fog over your mind. Neglecting nutrition isn't a small oversight. It's a declaration that your goals don't deserve your full strength. Think about it: how many opportunities have slipped through your fingers because you were too tired to seize them? How many battles have you lost because your energy waned before the fight even began? The weight of weakness isn't just felt in your limbs. It drags down your will, your focus, your very essence. Your body is a fortress built brick by brick with every choice you make. A meal skipped is a stone, unplaced a wall left vulnerable to the storms of life. A diet of empty calories is like building with sand, it crumbles under pressure. But here's the deeper truth. Weakness is not your destiny, it's your decision. You hold the trowel. You choose the materials. Pain, fatigue, doubt, these are not your enemies. They are signals, cries from your foundation begging for reinforcement. Will you listen? Will you rebuild? Every bite, every sip is an act of defiance against collapse. Fortify yourself not just for today's struggle, but for the empire you're destined to raise. Dive deeper with me. In a world of instant gratification, convenience is a siren song luring you to sacrifice strength for speed. Fast food, sugary fixes, processed escapes, they promise ease, but at what cost? You trade nourishment for a fleeting moment of relief, only to find your energy depleted, your clarity shattered. A weak body isn't built overnight. It's the slow erosion of countless small choices, each one a crack in your fortress. Have you counted the price of these compromises? How many dreams have dimmed because you chose the quick over the sustaining? Think of your body as a citadel under siege. Every poor meal is an enemy at the gate, weakening your defenses. But every intentional choice, every nutrient-rich bite, every glass of water is a brick laid with purpose, a reinforcement against collapse. The cost of convenience is steep. It robs you of endurance, steals your sharpness, and dims your fire. But the reward of discipline is immeasurable. Build with care, brick by brick, and you create not just a body, but a bastion, a stronghold that no challenge can topple. Remember, as Stephen Covey wrote, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Make nourishment your habit and watch your fortress rise unassailable. Now let's turn insight into action. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight to escape the weight of weakness. Start small, but start now. First, commit to one mindful meal a day. Whether it's breakfast to kickstart your energy or dinner to recover from the grind, make it count. Choose whole foods, think lean protein, vibrant vegetables, complex carbs like quinoa or sweet potatoes. These are the bricks of your fortress, solid and enduring. Avoid the trap of empty calories. They're like straw on your walls, quick to burn and useless in a storm. Next, plan ahead. Spend 10 minutes each evening mapping out tomorrow's fuel. Pack a snack, nuts, fruit, a protein bar, so hunger doesn't ambush you into poor choices. Hydrate relentlessly. Carry a water bottle as if it's your shield. Finally, listen to your body. When fatigue creeps in, don't push through with caffeine or sugar. Pause. Ask yourself, what does my fortress need right now? A meal, rest, replenishment. These small steps aren't just habits. They're the foundation of strength. Build them daily and you'll feel the shift energy, surging focus, sharpening. You're not just eating, you're constructing resilience, brick by brick. Here's another tool to fortify your foundation. Track what you fuel with. Awareness is the first step to transformation. Grab a notebook or an app and log what you eat for a week. Don't judge, just observe. Notice the patterns. When do you reach for junk? When do you skip meals? How do you feel after? This isn't about shame, it's about clarity. Seeing the weight of weakness in black and white reveals the cracks in your fortress. Then act. Replace one poor habit with a strong one. Swap that midday soda for water with a splash of lemon. Trade the late-night chips for a handful of almonds. Set a reminder to eat every 3 to 4 hours, small balanced portions, to keep your energy steady. And when temptation strikes, pause. Breathe. Ask, is this brick strengthening my wall or weakening it? Tracking isn't just data, it's a mirror to your choices. Transform one meal at a time, and you'll build a body that doesn't just carry you, it propels you toward victory. The weight of weakness is a heavy burden, but it's not your fate. You've seen it in the dreamer drained by neglect and the athlete felled by inconsistency. You've felt it in your own stumbles, the fatigue, the fog, the frustration of a body that cannot keep pace with your spirit. But you've also uncovered the truth: neglecting nutrition is not a minor flaw, it's a fracture in the fortress of your goals. Every meal is a brick, every choice a stone in the wall of your strength. Ignore this and you crumble. Embrace it and you rise, unstoppable, unyielding. The key lesson is clear: you can't win with a weak body, but you can rebuild with intention. Start today. Lay the first brick with your next bite. Fuel yourself like someone with a goal, someone who refuses to let weakness dictate their destiny. As we move forward, we'll forge deeper into how to craft that fuel into power, how to turn discipline into dominance. For now, hold this truth close. Build with every choice. Your fortress awaits. Final mantra: lay the brick. Build your strength. Your fortress will stand. Picture a mighty engine roaring to life, its furnace blazing with raw, untamed energy. That engine is you. That furnace is your body. And the fuel, it's every bite you take, every choice you make at the table. What are you feeding your fire? Are you stoking it with power or letting it sputter on scraps? In this journey to eat like someone with a goal, you must understand this truth. Food is not just sustenance. It's the fuel that transforms your strength, the very essence that drives you forward. You can't win with a weak body, and you can't build a powerful engine with weak fuel. Welcome to the Fire of Choice, where you'll learn to wield the power of intentional eating. Feel the heat rising within you. It's time to choose: will you burn bright or flicker out? Let's ignite this transformation together. Imagine yourself as a driven professional, your days a relentless sprint through deadlines and demands. You're up before dawn, grinding through emails, juggling meetings, and chasing goals that seem just out of reach. But by mid-afternoon, your mind fogs over. Your body slumps. Coffee can't save you, and the vending machine snacks, those quick sugary fixes, only drag you deeper into exhaustion. You're running on empty, and you feel it in every missed opportunity, every half-hearted effort. This was Sarah's reality, a marketing exec whose ambition outpaced her energy. She knew she had to change, but the idea of meal planning felt like another impossible task on her endless list. Then one evening, after another draining day, Sarah paused. She looked at her reflection in the kitchen window and asked herself, how can I conquer my goals if I can't even conquer my own body? That question lit a spark. She started small, packing a lunch of grilled chicken, quinoa, and greens instead of grabbing fast food. She prepped breakfasts of oats and berries, replacing sugary pastries. Within days, the fog began to lift. Her focus sharpened like a blade. Long work days no longer felt like marathons. They became battlegrounds she could dominate. Sarah had turned her body into a furnace, fueling her mighty engine with intention. As she stoked that fire with every meal, she didn't just survive her days, she thrived in them. The lesson here is clear: food is your fuel, and intentional eating is the act of loading your furnace with the highest grade coal. Sarah learned that a weak body can't carry a strong mind to victory. She chose to feed her fire, and in doing so, she transformed her strength. Like her, you must see every meal as a decision, a chance to power up or power down. What will you choose? Now step into the shoes of a parent racing against the whirlwind of family life. You're juggling school runs, tantrums, and endless to-dos while trying to be present for your children. But your fuel is failing you. Quick junk food, greasy burgers, sugary sodas becomes your crutch, snatched in stolen moments between chaos. The result? You're drained, snapping at small frustrations, unable to keep up with the boundless energy of your kids. This was Mark's struggle, a single dad of two who felt like he was failing his family every time he collapsed on the couch, too tired to play. One day, after missing yet another game of tag in the backyard, Mark decided enough was enough. He wasn't just letting himself down, he was letting his children down. He swapped the drive-thru for nutrient-dense meals. Think hearty stews packed with vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. He kept fruits and nuts handy for snacks, ditching chips and candy. The change wasn't overnight, but it was undeniable. His energy surged like a river breaking through a dam. He chased his kids through the park, laughing alive. His patience grew, his presence deepened. Mark had turned his body into a furnace, fueling his engine to match the demands of fatherhood. He learned that intentional eating wasn't just about him, it was about showing up for those who needed him most. Mark's story echoes a timeless truth: you can't win with a weak body, but you can rebuild it with every bite. Like a furnace roaring to life, his strength transformed because he chose fuel over filler. What are you feeding your fire? Are you ready to show up for your own life with that same ferocity? Let's pause and look deeper. Food is not merely a necessity, it's the very currency of your strength. Every morsel you consume is a brick laid in the foundation of your future. Think of your body as a furnace, a mighty engine waiting to roar. What happens when you toss in damp wood or ash instead of pure potent coal? The fire dims. The engine stalls. Your dreams, those towering ambitions you carry, cannot be carried on a sputtering flame. How many times have you blamed your lack of energy on circumstance when the truth lies on your plate? Intentional eating is an act of defiance. It's you standing before the furnace of your potential and declaring, "I will not settle for less than my best." It's understanding that every choice, every apple over a candy bar, every glass of water over soda, stokes the fire that drives you forward. As Napoleon Hill once said in Think and Grow, rich desire is the starting point of all achievement, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen, pulsating desire which transcends everything. That desire must extend to how you fuel yourself. You cannot desire greatness while feeding your body weakness. Reflect on this. What are you truly hungry for? Is it fleeting comfort or the enduring power to conquer your goals? Consider the alchemy of eating with intention. You are not just consuming, you are creating. Each meal is a moment of transformation, turning raw ingredients into the energy that forges your will. Picture a blacksmith at work hammering steel in the heat of a blazing furnace. That steel is you molded, strengthened, made unbreakable by the fire of choice. But a blacksmith doesn't use flawed materials and expect a masterpiece. So why would you fuel your body with anything less than what it deserves? This is not about perfection, it's about purpose. It's about recognizing that a weak body cannot carry a strong spirit into battle. How many dreams have slipped through your fingers because you lack the stamina to hold on? Intentional eating is your rebellion against mediocrity. It's the quiet daily act of saying, "I am building something greater." As Jim Rohn famously taught, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Let that sink in. Your body is your fortress, your engine, your furnace. Feed it with care and it will carry you to heights you've only dared to imagine. What kind of strength are you crafting today? Transformation doesn't demand a grand overhaul. It begins with a single, deliberate choice. If you're ready to eat like someone with a goal, start small, but start now. Take one day today and commit to one intentional meal. Swap the sugary cereal for a bowl of oats topped with fresh fruit and a drizzle of honey. Replace the fast food lunch with a homemade wrap of lean protein veggies and whole grain bread. Notice how your body responds. Feel the steady burn of energy instead of the crash of empty calories. Next, plan ahead. Spend 30 minutes this week mapping out 3 meals. Write down what you'll need, shop for it, and prep it. Keep it simple. Think grilled meats, steamed vegetables, and brown rice. Store portions in containers, so when hunger strikes, your fuel is ready. This isn't about restriction, it's about empowerment. You're loading your furnace with the right fuel to keep your engine roaring. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself one meal, one choice, one step towards strength. You've got this. Keep the fire burning. Your body speaks if you're willing to listen. Pay attention to how food fuels or fails you. After a meal, ask, do I feel energized or sluggish? Am I focused or foggy? Start a simple journal, nothing fancy, just a notebook or app, and jot down what you eat and how you feel an hour later. Patterns will emerge. You'll see which foods stoke your furnace and which douse it. Then act on what you learn. If heavy processed meals drag you down, cut them out for a week and replace them with whole nutrient-dense options. Think salmon, sweet potatoes, and spinach. If dehydration saps your strength, carry a water bottle and sip throughout the day. This isn't about diets or fads, it's about tuning your engine for peak performance. As Tony Robbins advises, energy is life. Manage your energy and you manage your destiny. So listen, adjust, and fuel yourself with intention. Your body is your ally, treated as such, and it will carry you to victory. Let's end this exploration with a final truth. Intentional eating is not a sprint, it's a long burn. It's the discipline of stoking your furnace day after day, even when temptation roars louder than your resolve. Picture a lighthouse standing firm against a raging storm. Its beam cuts through the chaos, unwavering because its keeper tends to it without fail. That's you. Your body is your lighthouse and food is the oil that keeps your light burning. Neglect it and you'll falter in the dark. Tend to it and you'll guide yourself and others through any tempest. Discipline in eating is not punishment, it's power. It's the quiet act of choosing strength over ease, future over fleeting comfort. How many times have you dimmed your own light by reaching for what's easy instead of what's right? Remember this, a weak body cannot sustain a mighty purpose. Fuel yourself with intention and let that fire burn long and fierce. You are not just eating, you are forging the strength to win. As we close this chapter of the Fire of Choice, let the embers of these lessons settle deep within you. You've seen how food is more than sustenance. It's the fuel that powers your furnace, the lifeblood of your mighty engine. Through Sarah's sharpened focus and Mark's renewed energy, you've witnessed the transformation that comes from intentional eating. You've reflected on the alchemy of choice, the long burn of discipline, and the undeniable truth that you can't win with a weak body. The key takeaway is this: every bite is a decision to either stoke your fire or let it fade, choose to burn bright. You've been given the tools to start small, to listen to your body, and to fuel your potential with purpose. Now carry this heat forward. Let it propel you into the next phase of this journey, where we'll build on this foundation and forge even greater strength. Remember, you are the keeper of your flame. Tend to it with every choice, every meal, every moment. Final mantra: stoke your furnace. Let your engine roar. Picture a river, relentless and unyielding, carving its path through ancient stone. It does not rush with reckless fury, nor does it falter when the rock stands firm. Drop by drop, current by current, it shapes the unshapable, transforming jagged edges into smooth valleys. You are that river, your strength, your resilience, your very body. These are not built in a single fiery moment, but through the quiet, persistent choices you make every day. What are you carving with your habits? How deep will your resolve run? Welcome to the heart of transformation and eat like someone with a goal. You can't win with a weak body. Here in Carving Your Strength, we dive into the power of disciplined eating as your ultimate act of self-mastery. This isn't just about food. It's about forging a fortress within you, brick by brick, meal by meal. It's about resisting the fleeting temptations that erode your foundation and choosing instead to fuel your purpose. Feel the weight of this truth. Every bite you take either builds you up or breaks you down. Which will it be? Let's journey together into the art of shaping your strength, where discipline becomes your current and resilience your destination. Imagine yourself as a student burning the midnight oil, your desk cluttered with textbooks and half-empty coffee cups. It's 11 p.m. and your stomach growls like a restless beast. The kitchen beckons with the promise of sugary snacks, chips, cookies, a quick escape from the grind of early morning study sessions. Your eyes are heavy, your mind foggy, and the temptation to indulge feels like a warm embrace. But you pause. You remember why you're here: the goal of mastering your craft, the vision of standing tall with knowledge as your weapon. That late night snack isn't just food, it's a thief stealing your energy for the dawn. Night after night, the battle rages. Some evenings you stumble grabbing a handful of candy, only to wake sluggish, your focus shattered. But each time you resist, something shifts. You start preparing simple meals ahead of time: a container of nuts, a piece of fruit, a glass of water to silence the hunger. You feel the difference in the morning clarity, like a sharp blade energy, like a steady flame. Slowly the cravings lose their grip. You're no longer a victim of impulse. You're a sculptor of your own will. Like a river cutting through stone, your small, consistent choices saying no, preparing yes, carve a new path. You're building a body that serves your mind, a vessel that carries you toward your dreams. The lesson shines: clear discipline in what you eat isn't punishment, it's power. As the river wears down the hardest stone, so too do your daily decisions shape a stronger you. You learn that self-mastery begins in the quiet moments and the choices no one else sees. This is the takeaway: true strength is carved through persistent, deliberate action, even when the world tempts you to drift. Now see yourself as a fitness enthusiast, your heart set on transforming your body into a machine of endurance and might. Your training schedule is sacred: early mornings of sweat and grit, evenings of recovery and rest. But cravings strike like sudden storms, threatening to wash away your progress. A friend's birthday party tempts with pizza and beer. A stressful day whispers for ice cream as solace. Your old self would have caved, rationalizing that one slip wouldn't matter. Yet you know the truth, a weak body cannot carry a strong goal. You commit to consistent meal timing, a rhythm as steady as a heartbeat. Breakfast at 7 a.m., lean protein and greens at noon, a post-workout fuel of complex carbs at 6 p.m. The first weeks are a war. Your stomach protests your mind bargains, but you hold the line. You pack your meals, you sip water to quiet the hunger. You remind yourself that every disciplined bite is a brick in the wall of your resolve. Over time, the cravings fade, replaced by a quiet pride. Your body responds, muscles harden, energy surges, recovery quickens. You've become a force unstoppable because you've mastered the fuel that drives you. Like a river etching its mark into stone, your consistency transforms the impossible into the inevitable. The lesson echoes, resilience isn't born from grand gestures, but from the small, unyielding choices you stack day after day. As Jim Rohn once said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. You've built that bridge meal by meal, and now you stand stronger for it. This reinforces the takeaway. True strength is carved through persistent, deliberate action, shaping you into someone who cannot be swayed. Let's step back and gaze at the deeper current of your journey. Discipline in eating isn't merely about denying yourself, it's about declaring who you are. Every time you choose a nourishing meal over a fleeting craving, you're not just feeding your body, you're forging your character. Think of yourself as that river flowing with purpose. Stone doesn't yield in a day, nor does your transformation. It's the steady drip of your decisions, the quiet resolve to align your fuel with your fire that carves a path no storm can erase. How many times have you let impulse divert your flow? How often have you underestimated the power of one mindful choice? Discipline is your current resilience, your bedrock. When you eat with intention, you're not just sustaining flesh and bone, you're building a monument to your will. The world will test you, late-night cravings, social pressures, the seductive ease of indulgence. But remember, this pain is temporary. Weakness is a choice. You are not at the mercy of your hunger. You are its master. Like the river, your strength lies not in speed, but in persistence. Each meal, each refusal, each act of preparation is a drop that wears away doubt, shaping you into something unbreakable. Embrace this truth and let it fuel you. Your body is the first battlefield of self-mastery, and victory begins with what you consume. Now consider the stone that stands in your path, the resistance within and without. Every craving, every excuse, every moment of fatigue is a boulder in your riverbed. It feels immovable, doesn't it? Yet here's the revelation. Resistance isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. When you face the urge to eat mindlessly, you're not just battling food. You're wrestling with the old version of yourself, the one who seeks comfort over conquest. What are you willing to sacrifice for the strength you seek? What legacy will your choices leave behind? The river doesn't curse the stone. It flows around it, over it, through it, until the obstacle becomes part of its story. So too must you transform resistance into resilience. Eating with discipline isn't deprivation, it's devotion. It's a vow to honor the body that carries your dreams. Each time you overcome a craving, you chip away at weakness. Each time you plan a meal with purpose, you deepen your channel. As Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich, strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. Let that struggle be your stone, and let your disciplined choices be the current that reshapes it. You're not just eating for today, you're carving the strength for tomorrow. Hold fast to this takeaway. True strength is carved through persistent, deliberate action, even when resistance looms large. Let's get practical, because philosophy without action is just a whisper in the wind. If you want to eat like someone with a goal, start by mastering the small choices. When a craving hits, and it will pause, take a deep breath and ask yourself, does this fuel my purpose, or does it steal my power? If the answer is no, step away. Keep a bottle of water nearby. Often, thirst disguises itself as hunger. Sip, wait, and watch the urge fade. Next, plan your meals like a general plans a battle. Set a schedule, 3 meals, 2 snacks, whatever fits your rhythm, and stick to it with iron resolve. Prepare in advance, cook a batch of lean protein, chop vegetables, portion out nuts. Keep these within reach, so when hunger strikes, you're armed with strength, not excuses. Track your intake for a week, not to obsess, but to see your patterns. Where do you falter? Adjust there. Remember, you're a river flow with intention, not impulse. These small steps build the discipline that carves your path, aligning with the truth that true strength is carved through persistent, deliberate action. Here's another tool to solidify your foundation. Create a visual reminder of why you're eating with purpose. Write down your goal, be it sharper focus, a stronger body, or unshakable energy, and pin it where you'll see it daily. Your fridge, your desk, your phone's lock screen. When temptation whispers, let that reminder roar louder. Pair this with a ritual before each meal. Take a moment to affirm, "This food builds my strength." Speak it aloud if you must. Words have power, they anchor your will. Also find an accountability partner, someone who shares your vision or understands your fight. Share your wins and struggles with them. When you falter, their encouragement will be your current pushing you forward. And when you succeed, celebrate with something other than food, a walk, a book, a moment of gratitude. You're not just eating differently, you're living differently. As Tony Robbins often says, it's not the events of our lives that shape us, but our beliefs as to what those events mean. Believe that each disciplined meal means progress. These actions reinforce the takeaway. True strength is carved through persistent, deliberate action, meal by meal, day by day. As we close this chapter of carving your strength, let the river's lesson linger in your soul. You've seen how disciplined eating isn't a chore, but a chisel shaping the raw stone of your potential into a masterpiece of resilience. Through the student's midnight victories and the fitness enthusiast's unshakable rhythm, through reflections on resistance and actionable steps to anchor your resolve, one truth stands tall. True strength is carved through persistent, deliberate action. Every meal you choose with intention, every craving you conquer, is a drop in the current of your transformation. You're not just feeding your body, you're fueling your purpose. Let this be your guiding light as we flow into the next stretch of our journey. Carry the river's patience, its unrelenting drive, into every decision you make. You are shaping something greater than yourself, something the world cannot ignore. Stand firm, choose wisely, and keep carving. Final mantra, flow with purpose. Your strength is carved in every choice. Picture yourself at the base of a jagged peak, its summit piercing the clouds, a silent challenge to your very soul. The wind bites at your skin, and the path ahead is steep, littered with sharp stones and hidden crevasses. Can you feel the weight of your own body, the hunger gnawing at your resolve? This mountain is not just rock and ice, it's your ambition, your dreams, your personal and professional summits waiting to be claimed. But here's the unyielding truth. You can't ascend with a weak body. You can't conquer the heights if your fuel is fleeting, if your strength falters before the climb even begins. In this journey of eat like someone with a goal, you can't win with a weak body. We're not just talking about food, we're talking about the foundation of your victory. You must nourish yourself with purpose, with intention to reach the top. So stand firm, look up, and prepare to ascend your peak. The climb starts now, and your body is the vessel that will carry you there. Are you ready to feed it like a warrior? Imagine you're a business owner. Let's call you Maya, sitting in a dimly lit office at midnight. Papers are strewn across your desk, your laptop screen glares with endless emails, and your mind is a fog thicker than a winter storm. For months, you've been chasing a deal, a partnership that could transform your small startup into a force to be reckoned with. But every pitch falls flat. Your words stumble, your focus wavers, and exhaustion is your constant companion. You've been running on coffee, late-night takeout, in sheer grit, but your body is screaming for mercy. You're a climber halfway up the jagged peak, but your pack is empty, your energy spent. How can you reach the summit when you're starving for strength? One evening after another failed meeting, Maya collapses into her chair defeated. But instead of reaching for another energy drink, she pauses. She remembers a friend's advice: feed your body, feed your mind. The next day, she commits to a change. No more skipping breakfast for emails, no more greasy meals for convenience. She starts simple oats with fresh fruit in the morning, grilled chicken, and vegetables for lunch, water instead of soda. It's not glamorous, but within days, the fog begins to lift. Her thoughts sharpen like a blade honed on stone. She sleeps better, wakes with purpose, and when the next pitch meeting arrives, her clarity is undeniable. She speaks with conviction, her ideas flow like a river carving through rock, and the deal is hers. Maya stands at the summit of her professional peak, not because of luck, but because she fueled her ascent with intention. The lesson here is clear. Just as a climber must pack the right provisions to conquer a mountain, you must nourish your body to conquer your goals. Maya's breakthrough wasn't just a contract. It was a realization that a strong body builds a strong mind. Her jagged peak was steep, but with the right fuel she ascended. So must you. Now picture yourself as an artist. Let's name you Elias, hunched over a canvas in a cramped studio. The clock ticks past 3 a.m. and your hands tremble as you layer paint, chasing a vision that's burned into your soul. This piece, it's not just art, it's your legacy, the work that could finally open doors to galleries and recognition. But your body is betraying you. Hours of skipping meals for just one more brushstroke have left you dizzy, irritable. Your creativity a flickering flame in a storm. You're a climber on that same jagged peak, but your strength is waning, your grip on the rock slipping. How can you reach the top when your foundation is crumbling? Elias hits a breaking point one night. The colors on his canvas blur not from artistic intent, but from hunger and fatigue. He steps back frustrated and remembers a mentor's words: "Your art is only as strong as the vessel creating it." He decides to rebuild. He starts eating balanced meals, eggs and spinach for energy, nuts for sustained focus, salmon for clarity. He hydrates, rests, and returns to his canvas with a vigor he'd forgotten. Hours turn into days, but now he's not faltering. His hands are steady, his mind alive, and the piece comes to life, a masterpiece born from endurance. When it's unveiled at a local show, the room falls silent, then erupts in awe. Elias has reached his summit, not just because of talent, but because he fed his body to sustain his spirit. Like a climber who learns to ration strength for the final push, Elias discovered that nourishment isn't a distraction, it's the rope that keeps you tethered to the peak. Your goals, like his art, demand a body built for the climb. Will you answer that call? Let's pause on this ascent and look inward. That jagged peak you're scaling isn't just a metaphor, it's the mountain within you, the towering ambitions and dreams that define who you are. Every personal summit, every professional triumph is a climb that tests your resolve. But here's a truth as old as the earth itself: no mountain was ever conquered on empty strength. You can't forge ahead if your body is a hollow shell, if your fuel is fleeting like mist in the wind. Nutrition isn't a chore, it's the bedrock of your journey. It's the sturdy boots on your feet, the rope coiled at your side, the fire in your belly that warms you against the cold of doubt. Think about it. How many times have you pushed forward on willpower alone, only to stumble when exhaustion took hold? How many summits have you abandoned because your body couldn't match the hunger of your soul? The connection between what you eat and what you achieve is undeniable. A meal isn't just sustenance. It's a pact with yourself, a promise to build a body worthy of the heights you seek. As Napoleon Hill once wrote in Think and Grow Rich, strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. That effort starts with how you nourish yourself. Feed your body like a warrior scaling a peak, and watch how the path clears before you. Are you fueling your climb, or are you faltering before the first ridge? Every climber knows the mountain isn't just a test of strength, it's a battle against the elements. Storms rage, winds howl, and the cold seeps into your bones. Your goals are no different. Life throws tempests at you, deadlines, setbacks, sleepless nights, and in those moments, your body is either your shelter or your breaking point. Proper nutrition is the sturdy tent you pitch against the gale, the warmth that keeps you pressing forward when everything screams to turn back. Without it, you're exposed, vulnerable, a climber caught in a blizzard with no defense. Reflect on this. Your mind can dream of summits, but it's your body that must carry you there. A balanced diet isn't a luxury, it's survival gear for the storms of ambition. It's the protein that rebuilds your muscles after a grueling push, the complex carbs that fuel your next step, the water that clears the haze of fatigue. As Jim Rohn famously said, take care of your body, it's the only place you have to live. When you eat with purpose, you're not just surviving the storm, you're mastering it. You're telling the mountain, I will not break. So ask yourself, are you building a shelter with every bite? Or are you leaving yourself open to the winds of failure? Now let's get down to the rock and grit of it. You want to ascend your peak to reach those personal and professional summits, but desire alone won't carry you. You need a plan to nourish your body for the climb. Start with this. Commit to 3 balanced meals a day, no exceptions. Breakfast isn't optional, it's your first foothold. Think oats with berries, a handful of nuts or eggs with whole grain toast. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Lunch is your midday anchor, lean protein, like chicken or tofu, a pile of vegetables and a complex carb like quinoa or brown rice. Dinner is your recovery, a chance to rebuild with salmon, sweet potatoes, and greens. Hydrate like your life depends on it, because it does. Carry a water bottle as if it's your climbing rope, sipping throughout the day to keep fatigue at bay. And when hunger strikes between meals, don't reach for sugar or empty calories. Grab an apple, a handful of almonds, something that fuels rather than fools you. Pause before you eat and ask, is this building my strength for the summit? If the answer is no, pivot. You're not just eating, you're equipping yourself for victory. Make this a habit and watch how your energy transforms from a flicker to a flame. Here's another tool for your ascent. Listen to your body as if it's the mountain itself, whispering warnings and wisdom. When you're tired, sluggish, or irritable, don't ignore the signs. These are signals that your fuel is low, that your climb is at risk. Keep a small journal for a week. Note what you eat, how you feel, and when your energy peaks or dips. Did that sugary snack lift you only to drop you harder? Did that hearty meal sustain you through hours of focus? Learn your patterns and adjust. Stock your kitchen like a base camp before a major expedition. Keep healthy options within reach. Pre-cut veggies, cooked grains, lean proteins, so when hunger hits, you're not tempted by quick fixes. Plan 1 meal ahead each day, even if it's just mentally mapping out breakfast. And when cravings strike, breathe. Ask yourself, am I hungry or am I avoiding something harder? Often it's the latter. Redirect that energy into a glass of water, a short walk, a moment of clarity. Your body is your guide up this jagged peak. Tune in, feed it wisely, and it will carry you higher than you've ever dared to go. As we near the end of this section, let's stand together on a ledge of this jagged peak and gaze upward. The summit is in sight, shimmering with the promise of your personal and professional triumphs. But that promise comes with a price, a body forged for the final push. Nutrition isn't a side note in your story, it's the ink that writes your legacy. Every bite you take with intention is a step closer to the top, a declaration that you will not falter, will not fall. It's the difference between a climber who collapses beneath the weight of their own weakness and one who plants their flag in victory. Consider this: what is waiting for you at the summit. Is it a career-defining moment, a creative breakthrough, a life transformed? Whatever it is, know this: your body must be your ally, not your anchor. As Tony Robbins reminds us, energy is life. If you don't have it, you can't give it. Fuel yourself to overflow so you can pour that energy into every dream, every goal, every step. Are you ready to claim the summit's promise, or will you let a weak foundation hold you back? As we stand on this ridge looking back at the path we've climbed, let the lessons of ascending your peak sink deep into your core. You've seen through Maya's breakthrough and Elias's masterpiece that proper nutrition isn't just about filling your stomach, it's about fueling your soul for the personal and professional summits that define your life. You've reflected on the mountain within the storms you must weather and the promise of victory waiting at the top. You've armed yourself with practical steps to nourish your body like a climber preparing for the ascent. The takeaway is clear: you can't win with a weak body, but with intentional fuel, no peak is beyond your reach. Now carry this fire forward. The journey doesn't end here. The next ledge awaits with new challenges and higher heights. But for this moment, stand tall, feel the strength in your bones, and know that every bite, every choice is a step toward triumph. Let this be your chant as you press on a rhythm to match your heartbeat on the climb. Final mantra: fuel your fire, ascend your peak. You stand amidst the ashes of your former self, the weight of old habits, and a weary body still clinging to your bones. Can you feel it, the ember of potential flickering beneath the rubble? Like a phoenix you are, on the cusp of rebirth, ready to rise in a blaze of power and purpose. This is not just a transformation of flesh, it's a declaration of intent. You've chosen to eat like someone with a goal to fuel a body that refuses to be weak, and now your strength will ignite others. In this chapter, Reborn in Power, We celebrate the journey from frailty to fortitude through nutritional commitment, a journey that doesn't end with you, but ripples outward, inspiring those who witness your fire. Feel the heat of this moment. You are no longer the person who settled for less. You are the flame, the force, the phoenix. Let's soar into this story of renewal and influence, where every meal is a brick in the foundation of your legacy. Picture yourself as Alex, a person whose days once dragged like a cart through mud. Mornings were a battle. Your body ached with the weight of processed junk and endless excuses. Energy, a distant memory. You shuffled through life, work, home, sleep, barely noticing the dimming light in your eyes. The mirror reflected someone you didn't recognize, heavy, tired, uninspired. The conflict was raw and real. How could you win at anything when your body was a cage? You were trapped in a cycle of weakness, each poor food choice piling ash upon ash over your spirit. But one day something snapped. A moment of clarity burned through the haze. If you wanted to live fully, you had to eat with purpose. No more half measures. You started small, swapping soda for water, greasy takeout for grilled vegetables and lean protein. Each meal became a deliberate act, a spark struck against the darkness. Weeks turned to months, and the transformation was undeniable. Your body shed its lethargy like old feathers. You walked taller, moved faster, thought clearer. The ashes of your past self began to glow with new life. Now fast forward. You, Alex, stand in your community center, sharing your journey at a local wellness meeting. Neighbors who once saw you struggle now see a beacon. They ask, how did you do it? You tell them it wasn't magic, but a choice, meal by meal, day by day. You've inspired a group to start a weekly meal prep club where tired parents and overworked friends learn to fuel their own fires. Your rebirth as a phoenix isn't just personal. It's a flame that lights others' paths. The lesson shines bright when you rise from your ashes through nutritional commitment. Your power becomes a gift to the world. Now imagine yourself as Maya, someone who once faced health struggles that threatened to extinguish your spark. Chronic fatigue and nagging ailments were your daily companions, the result of years of neglecting what you fed your body. Every doctor's visit felt like a verdict change or crumble. The conflict was stark. Your weak body couldn't carry the weight of your dreams. You wanted to run with your kids to feel alive, but every step was a reminder of your fragility. Yet in that darkness, you found an ember of resolve. You researched, learned, and committed to mindful nutrition. You rebuilt your plate like an artist, crafting a masterpiece, whole grains as the canvas, vibrant vegetables as the colors, proteins as the bold strokes. Sugar and empty calories were banished. Hydration and balance became your creed. Slowly, the ashes of illness began to stir. Your energy returned like a long-lost friend. Your body, once a burden, became a vessel of strength. You ran that first mile with tears in your eyes, a phoenix reborn in the glow of your own grit. Today, Maya, you're not just healed, you're a mentor. Friends who struggle with their own health battles come to you, lost in their own piles of ash. You sit with them, sharing recipes, teaching them to read labels, showing them that food is fuel, not a fleeting comfort. One friend battling weight gain now jogs beside you each morning. Another fighting fatigue credits your green smoothie tips for her newfound clarity. Your journey from weakness to strength isn't a solitary flight. It's a soaring wing that lifts others. The lesson echoes rising from your ashes through nutrition isn't just about saving yourself. It's about showing others they too can burn bright. Pause for a moment. Reflect on this. How many times have you let a weak body dim your inner flame? How often have you chosen the easy bite over the nourishing one, only to feel the weight of that choice drag you down? The journey from weakness to strength is not a straight path. It's a crucible, a furnace where your old self must burn to make way for the new. Like a phoenix, you must embrace the ashes, for they are the raw material of your rebirth. Every poor meal, every skipped opportunity to fuel yourself right is ash piled upon your potential. But here's the truth, those ashes are not your end. They are the bed from which your power rises. Nutritional commitment is the spark that sets it all ablaze. It's not about perfection, it's about purpose. Every time you choose a meal that honors your body, you fan the flames of transformation. You're not just eating, you're forging. You're not just sustaining, you're ascending. And when you rise, others see it. Your strength becomes a signal fire on a dark hill, calling to those still buried in their own debris. Pain, doubt, old habits, they are not your enemies. They are the fuel. Burn them. Let them feed the inferno of your renewal. You are not meant to smolder in weakness, you are meant to blaze with power. So tell me, what will you feed your fire today? Consider this: what is strength if it's hoarded? A flame that burns alone may warm you, but a flame shared can light up the night for many. When you transform from weakness to strength through nutrition, you don't just rebuild your body, you rebuild your purpose. You become a phoenix, yes, but also a lighthouse guiding others through their storms. Your journey, once a solitary struggle, becomes a story etched in the hearts of those who witness it. Think of the friend who sees you choose a salad over a burger and quietly resolves to do the same. Think of the child who watches you prioritize health and learns a lesson deeper than words. This is the ripple of your rebirth. Like a river carving through stone, your commitment to eating with a goal erodes the doubts of others. You don't need to preach, your life becomes the sermon. Your energy, your clarity, your power, they speak louder than any lecture. But here's the deeper truth: inspiring others isn't just a byproduct of your transformation, it's a responsibility. When you rise from the ashes, you carry a torch. Will you hide it, or will you hold it high for those still stumbling in the dark? Your strength is not yours alone. It's a gift, a spark to pass on. So how will you share your fire? Let's get practical. Transformation doesn't happen in grand gestures alone. It's built in the quiet, consistent choices. If you're ready to rise from the ashes of a weak body, start here. First, audit your plate. Look at what you've eaten in the last 24 hours. Write it down. Be honest. How much of it fueled your goals and how much dragged you back into the ash? Now commit to one change this week. Swap out a sugary snack for a handful of nuts or a piece of fruit. Small, yes. Powerful, absolutely. Each intentional bite is a feather in your phoenix wings. Next, plan ahead. Weakness thrives on impulse. Don't let hunger decide for you. Set aside an hour each week to prep meals, chop vegetables, cook a batch of quinoa, portion out lean proteins. Keep them ready for the moments when willpower wanes. Finally, hydrate like it's your lifeline. Water isn't just a drink, it's the current that washes away the debris of fatigue. Aim for at least 8 glasses a day. Feel the difference. These steps aren't glamorous, but they're the kindling for your fire. As Brian Tracy once said, successful people are simply those with successful habits. Build yours meal by meal and watch your strength take flight. Your rebirth isn't just for you, it's a call to inspire. Here's how to share your flame without burning out. Start by listening. When a friend or family member struggles with their health, don't lecture. Ask what's holding you back. Let them speak. Then share a piece of your journey, a specific moment when nutrition turned your weakness into strength. Keep it real, relatable. Maybe it's how swapping fast food for home-cooked meals gave you energy to play with your kids. Stories stick. Next, invite rather than impose. Suggest a shared activity, cook a healthy meal together, or challenge them to a week of no processed sugar. Make it a partnership, not a mandate. Finally, celebrate their wins no matter how small. A day of mindful eating deserves praise. As Zig Ziglar wisely noted, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want. Your strength multiplies when you lift others. Be the phoenix that not only rises but lights the way. Your example is the spark they need. As we close this chapter of Reborn in Power, let the embers of your transformation settle deep within you. You've seen how nutritional commitment can turn weakness into unyielding strength, how your journey from ashes to flight can inspire a community, a friend, a family. The key lesson burns bright. Your body is the vessel of your victory. And when you eat like someone with a goal, you don't just rebuild yourself, you ignite others to do the same. You are the phoenix reborn, not once, but every day you choose to fuel your purpose. Your strength is a story, a signal, a shared flame. Carry this power forward. Let it guide you into the next stretch of this journey, where new challenges await, but so does new growth. Rise again, burn brighter, share your light. Final mantra: rise from the ashes. Your fire inspires the world.